Yes, here is another opportunity you have to gain leadership knowledge and insight that will help you to improve your leadership performance for effective leadership delivery. You know, anytime you see my video come across to you, you should know it's all about adding value to you to become a better leader that can deliver better leadership. Are you a leader or you are under a leader whom is making every effort to see that the performance of his people or her people improve in our organization, to see that there is a high productivity and effectiveness in organization, and despite all the effort, it seems as if it is yielding little or no result. When such occasions comes or you experiencing such, it is an evidence that your organization and your people are suffering under low morale. Yes, their morale is low. That is the meaning. Now, there are about 10 signs I have identified, but not limited to that signs that causes low morale in an organization. So whenever you see these signs, know that low morale that can cause low productivity and ineffectiveness in your organization is catching up already on your people. And it's very, very dangerous because it will affect the generality of the performance of that organization. What are those 10 signs? The number one is uncooperative attitude. Once you begin to see your members be reluctant, display or the attitude of reluctantness, they are reluctant, they don't show they don't show that zealousness any longer. There are no cooperation among them. There are no cooperation between you and your workers. There are no cooperation between and among workers. It is a sign that their morale is low. It's one of the important signs you should know when there is no cooperation among them. The second thing is very poor commitment. When their commitment to the assignment, to the organization, to their job is low. You know, people can always express interest, but expression of interest is not enough until commitment is demonstrated. Commitment is demonstrated by your actions. What are the level of their actions and their devotion? So when there is no devotion to the job, to the assignment, is a sign that low morale is catching up on your people. Another one is when there are people, when finding fault becomes the joy of your followers. Yes, when people begin to giving time to finding mistakes, pointing out a mistake, the mistake you make, the mistake others make, the mistake the organization is making, rather than providing solutions or providing a way forward to avoid all those mistakes. Their emphasis is now more on the mistakes than on a solution or correction of that mistakes. It is a sign that their morale is low, and it is very dangerous to the performance of your followers and the general performance of the organization. Another thing is growing complaint or rising complaint. When people are now complain a lot, they complain of this and they complain of that, when they find joy in giving a whole lot of complaint. When you begin to receive complaint about people, complain about job, complain about decision, complain about policies, and a lot of things, it is a sign that complain of so many things, people begin to complain, is a sign that their morale is low. And it's very dangerous to their performance, because there is nothing that can be as dangerous as the low morale when it affects your followers. Another one is growing in absenteeism. Yes. You see, one of the evidence of passion is that when people have passion for something, there will be this eagerness to take action. So when people begin to be absent on their job, be absent on their responsibility, be absent in an organization, begins to take excuses for why they shouldn't come to work or why they shouldn't participate in what is going on in an organization, whether it's a voluntary organization or even in a church organization, and people begin to take a lot of excuses. It is a sign that they are no longer enjoying the organization, neither do they enjoy their job. It is a sign of low morale. Another thing that is very important is when people begin to wear long faces. Yeah, there are people that actually, in their nature, when you look at their face doesn't look friendly. But when more persons or more of your followers begin to wear long faces in an organization, you don't need to say what is happening. It's a sign that they are no longer comfortable with the organization. They are no longer enjoying what is happening in the organization any longer. So it is a sign that low morale is setting in and catching up on your people, and it's very dangerous to the performance and effectiveness of the organization. Another one is lack of enthusiasm. When that eagerness to perform, when that eagerness to deliver, when eagerness to take responsibility, when eagerness to take assignment and deliver on them is no longer there, you are pushing people, but the enthusiasm is low. It is a sign that low morale is catching up on them. Another thing is when there is breakdown in discipline. Breakdown in discipline. When there is indiscipline. You know, in one of the qualities of effective organization is that there is always a discipline. But when people begin to demonstrate indiscipline in an organization, when people no longer obey rules, when people no longer obey orders, when people break rules and do some certain things, when it may start gradually, and when it's starting gradually, it is a sign that their morale is becoming low, because nobody in any organization that he enjoys and that is draw his passion, that he will display indiscipline. Indiscipline is a sign of I am tired with the system and I'm tired of what is going on. So when such thing is happening, there is indiscipline in an organization. It is a sign of the morale of their followers is low. Another thing that is very important is when there is abandoning or abandonment of responsibility. People begin to abandon their responsibility. People begin to, their responsibility, they no longer see it. They no longer take their responsibility to deliver. They begin to give excuses why they will not do a job. You give them job, they will give you excuses that this, I'm engaged in this, I'm engaged in that. You have given me this, I'm doing this, I'm not. So when excuses begin to come on why responsibilities will not be taken or why they are unable to deliver on their responsibility, it is a sign that their morale is low. And finally, among these 10 is when there is an unorganized work environment. Yes, when people just do things anyhow, place things anyhow, you just do things anyhow in an organization, when people begin to do the way they like or even arrange things the way they like, and they no longer caution to put things in order in organization, it is a sign that their morale is low. They are no longer enjoying that organization. Anytime you see any of these signs, please know that the morale of your people is low. The next video will be giving you what causes these signs, the 10 things that causes these signs. And the next one that I'll give you after that will be the ways you can do what? Avoid these signs of low morale not to occur in your organization. Please continue to watch our video and also share it to reach to others to join and watch and learn on a daily basis of what we do. I still remain your friend, Chukwu Michael Chukwu from Pathfinders INET.